If this is your first time to the channel, welcome. If you want to know all there is to know about living, working, playing in and around St. Louis, Missouri, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell to receive notifications. Hi, I'm Ashley.
And I'm Dan. We are with St. Louis Living, a part of Narrative Real Estate. Whether you're looking to buy a house in the next 9 days or 90 days, we are here for you.
So today, as I mentioned, we are going to do a bit of a walking tour around Wentzville, Missouri. You've probably seen our other video about Wentzville, currently the second fastest growing city in the state of Missouri. So we have started here in the downtown area. And what I want to do real quick while we're here, we'll just point out a couple of the local businesses that are centrally located here. So we are in front of LB's General Store, and really right now in front of their gathering spot, which is a great place to come. They have coffees, sodas, candy, ice cream. So really cool place to check out, especially for kids as well. They have, I'm not sure if you can see it in the shot right now. If you see the red trailer back there, that's their food trailer, available, I think, Tuesday through Saturday in the lunch hours. Next to LB's is Not Jaded Boutique and Tea Room, another local attraction. So they have, again, a local like fashion vendors, some ladies' clothing. They also, in that tea room, they do a lot of princess parties for young girls. They also have tea lunches and things of that nature. And then across the street from us here, you won't be able to see in the picture, but directly over the train tracks is West Allen Grill. Again, in our other Wentzville video, we've mentioned that. That has been around in a local Wentzville staple for years and years. If you follow the train tracks here through town, across the highway, you'll eventually end up in front of the General Motors plant. That's one of the large employers here in Wentzville.
Yes, it is.
And so multiple times a day, you'll hear the train rolling through, and a lot of those are stopping right there in front of that plant. So anything else here in the downtown area we want to mention before we move on?
The only other thing Ashley had mentioned is it is very historical down here. So 150 years of history. You'll see the signs throughout Wentzville right now. You've got a lot of the old brick buildings down here. You've got a lot of the old housing that is your old brick colonial style housing. So there is a lot of history when it comes to the Wentzville area.
Absolutely. And we are going to, again, we're going to show you a couple area attractions, but then of course we're going to walk through the Wentzville real estate, and we'll take a look at some of those homes that you had mentioned that are more downtown here, and some of those characteristics to kind of see what's available in this area.
Awesome. We'll see you at our next stop.
Okay, so we have made our way over now to Heartland Park. Heartland Park does have quite a bit going on. So there is a nice pond with a walking trail around it. There's also football fields, some baseball fields, soccer, all of that for the community sports activities. One of the main attractions here at Heartland Park, though, is actually what's right behind me, which is Jake's Field of Dreams. And this is an accessible playground, as we mentioned in our other video, that was built and geared towards people of all ages and abilities. So they've got some really great equipment and just lots of fun things to do there. Now, in terms of location, I don't know if you can see this red brick building right behind us, but we are actually just off Wentzville Parkway. Wentzville Parkway, as we've mentioned, is kind of one of the main roads right through Wentzville, and it's got just about everything you could want when it comes to shopping or dining. So from where we stand, within about a half-mile radius for your shopping, for instance, you have Walmart, Aldi, Schnucks, Dierbergs, 4 or 5 grocery options there. Same thing with your hardware store for all your home improvements. Home Depot is just to the side of us here. Lowe's across the street, Rural King just across the highway, Charlie's Farm and Home just down the road. So all your options. Dining, of course, again, right here on the Parkway. You've got your Starbucks, your coffee houses, your chain restaurants, as well as some additional, I know we mentioned in our other video, Rizzo's Italian is further up the road. So really in Wentzville, a lot of your dining, shopping, playing is right here, right off Wentzville Parkway. All right, so we have now made it out to the Spring Meadow subdivision, which is really just on the outskirts of downtown Wentzville near Highway 61. In this subdivision, we have a mix of homes, ranches, 2 stories, built mostly in the late 1990s to early 2000s. price point here in recent sales over the last year are from about the mid twos to the upper threes. Anything you wanted to add for this area, Dan?
This area, kind of like a lot of our Wentzville area, is a highly sought after area. Homes do not last us very, very long at all. As we talk right now, there actually is nothing available currently. Some of the subdivisions do not even show you personally, but we wanted to give you a quick overview of the area so you had
There is also a lot of, although there is not anything for sale in this particular subdivision, in this age range and price point, you do have a lot of availability in Wentzville. As we had mentioned, this is that kind of late 1990s, early 2000s, which was when a lot of the population boom in building in Wentzville started. So you are going to see a lot of subdivisions in this age range, a lot of homes in this age range and at kind of that similar price point. Okay, we have now made our way out to Bear Creek Subdivision. This is a golf course community here in Wentzville. So with that, you do have slightly larger residential lots than you would see in some of the surrounding subdivisions. Of course, there's again, I'll pan around and see behind us here, they do have a beautiful pond and bridge. So you've just got a little more greenery and space and a really beautiful backdrop. In terms of real estate here, there is one home currently for sale in Bear Creek Subdivision. That is a 3-bed, 3-bath ranch right at about 2,200 square feet, currently for sale at $425,000. Now, in terms of recent sales, your prices kind of across the board, really concentrated in kind of that upper 4 to right at $500,000 mark. In Bear Creek, they do have a couple different areas with different types of villas. So some of those you're seeing right around that 300 mark. But for your traditional single family homes, you're closer to seeing, you know, that 440, 450, up to about 550-ish is your average here. Anything you would like to add about Bear Creek, Dan?
The only thing I'll add is it is actually February right now, even though you see people out golfing. It is a gorgeous, it's going to be close to 70 degrees today. So a little bit of an oddity for today, but it is definitely a great day to be out and swinging golf clubs. So
yes, it is. And their driving range is open to the public. So that's you're hearing a lot of cars behind us here. There's a bit more action than I think a normal Wednesday in here. But yeah, we're enjoying it. We are now in Stonemore Subdivision. This is located off near Wentzville Parkway and West Meyer Road, so actually directly across from Rotary Park, which is where the St. Charles County Fair is held every summer. One of the things about this subdivision is it sits essentially right behind Wentzville School District's one of their newer elementary schools, in just about a half or a mile from their newest middle and high school just across the road here. So for all 3 stages, you're within about, like I said, about a mile, and all open within the last few years. So this subdivision, again, most of the construction is within the last 10 years. You, price point wise, are starting at about the mid 4s and going up from there. We have a lot in that, again, similar to Bear Creek, in that $500,000 range, 600,000. As you can see, this one, they do have a lot of beautiful brick and detail work on the exteriors. And this is another community that does have some amenities. They have a subdivision pool, a kids playground up at the front. So a really great community subdivision here.